Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy, and today I'm going to be filming a video on my signature spell book. This went around a bit ago on Twitter, I believe, where a bunch of people were posting like cards that people just know you for. Like, it's either in just all of your decks, or it's just a card like you play and someone's like, yeah, that's a Tracy card or whatever. So I wanted to film this video just on the cards that I feel like really define me and cards that I run and that I'm known for. The first card is Keranos, God of Storms, and I have been known for about this card for a while. When I played Grixis Control, which I still have all the pieces for Grixis Control in Modern, I separated and I put it apart. But I was known to run that card when I build Jeskai Control, when I finally get the pieces, which I pretty much just like have all the pieces. I need like lightning helixes, which is just like, I really have no excuse to just, and like sideboard, so I have like no excuse to just like not have that deck put together. But anyways, I really like blue-white, so I'm continuing to play that. Anyways, I'm kind of known to just like have Keranos like in my deck. I actually once upon a time had a Keranos EDH deck where he was my commander and he was awesome. I've actually been thinking that I feel like I want to run a more controlled deck in EDH, and I'm thinking about making Keranos my commander again. Because I freaking love him and he's so good. I feel like it's just a little bit more like 1v1 is kind of like the issue of playing control in Commander. But I don't really know. I'm still up in the air about that. I'm building like 2 other EDH decks right now, so I really just need to chill. But like, that is a plan that may happen in the future. So yeah. The second card is Tasigur. Yeah, I think really above all of these cards, I feel like I am probably just most known for loving Tasigur. I have the Tassipur playmat, which actually my backpack is in the other room, so I can't show you guys, but if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I have a Tassipur playmat, and it's got like Tasigur as a cat, and then he's like sitting and he's got like his whip and stuff, and then he has his dog Bananas next to him, like, you know, serving him like whatever, his like cat toys or whatever. Yeah, so I love Tasigur a lot. He's one of my commanders and he's a card I've run in Modern, and I just love him. Like, I can't say enough good things about him. Like, I have like one of like my most coveted cards like that I wanted for so long was a promo foil Tasigur, and I finally got one a couple weeks ago, which was so exciting. That was a card like I wanted for so long, but I just never purchased, or I never found anyone that had it, and that was a card I just really wanted. Finally got one, and it was very exciting. So yeah, I love Tasigur. I'm totally known for that card. Okay, then we have Snapcaster Mage. Yes, okay, not a card I run in EDH. Even if I ever like, I mean, I guess I could get Snapcaster Mages for EDH, like that. I don't know. I'm super weird about cards. Like, it's weird to explain that, like, I would purchase a Snapcaster Mage for an EDH deck. Actually, I don't know if I would, because, like, I don't know if it's that good in EDH. I feel like Archaeomancer is just strictly better, because Snapcaster exiles it, whereas you could, if you have more recursion, you could just keep recurring things, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't really know about Snapcaster and EDH, but like, if I had, I don't know, maybe one day, I don't know. But anyways, I'm known for him in Modern, and always a 4 of. Like, I was in a conversation with my friend Isaac, and he was like, I'm only running 2, and I'm like, you're wrong. Like, you run 4 Snapcaster in Modern, it's just what you do. So yeah, he's my card. Okay, then we have Avacyn, Angel of Hope. She is another one of my commanders, so it makes sense, I feel like, to talk about commanders in this type of context, because like, if you have a commander around someone, you generally feel very strongly about that card in particular, and it's just like a deck that just means so much to me. Like, it's a deck that like I've put so much, like, I have a lot of pretty cards in the deck. Like, I have a lot of like foils, I have a lot of cards that aren't in English. I just have a lot of really special cards that I have in that deck, and it just means like a lot to me. Like, I've always just really loved Angels, and Avacyn is just like the best. Like, I couldn't ever see myself just changing commander. She's just so good. Like, I played a game of EDH and I just had like so much power on the board, and it was like amazing, and it just felt like so satisfying. Like, I don't bring out Avacyn very often. I feel like it's a very like special deck, but I'm actually playing it a lot more recently. Like, I'm trying to break out of that. Like, I'm kind of one of those people, like, when I play EDH, I don't just like play a deck like 3 games in a row. Like, I change decks, and I've done that. I noticed I've done that a lot more recently. Like, I used to, like, oh, I'll play, the only time I'll really play a deck back to back is if, like, I play a game and I feel like I don't draw well, or I feel like the other person just kills me in, like, turn 4, which doesn't really happen that frequently in my play group, which is super awesome. So I really get the chance to, like, play out my decks and stuff. But all right, when I was asking Paul, my partner, I was like, Paul, what cards do you think I'm known for? He was like, Mystic Snake. So it's kind of one of those things. So I have Mystic Snake in my Tassiger EDH deck, and in Tassiger I have like a ton of tutors. And I feel like if I'm in a situation where I get the opportunity to tutor for, like, you know, multiple cards or whatever, and Mystic Snake's kind of one of like my my backup card. You know, like when I'm in a situation where I'm gonna go off. And now when I say that, that means a couple of different things in my Tassiger deck, because I have like Kesse Cage Breakers, which is like one of my win conditions, because I have so many creatures in my graveyard. I have like Sorin Markov, which says your life total is 10, and then I proceed to just have, it really doesn't matter, some amount of creatures on the board, and then, you know, swing at you or whatever. So anyway, so Mystic Snake is kind of just like that backup, like if in my insurance policy, like, okay, if you are gonna blow up this, I'm gonna then, you know, counter your thing. So Mystic Snake's kind of just always my thing. Yeah, I only run it in Tassiger, but I feel like it's a card that, like, someone's like, huh, Tracy's got 4 mana, she's probably got Mystic Snake, and you're probably right. So yeah, Mystic Snake. Vidalcan Ori. I have a story for you guys. So I am playing EDH the other day with my friend Travis, Paul, and our other friend Derek, and we're just, you know, we're having a great time, whatever. Like, I'm playing Avacyn, and it's turn like 4 or something, or maybe turn 5, and I slam a Vidalcan Ori down. And my friend Travis hates this card. He's like, Tracy, you have this card in all your EDH decks, which is actually untrue. I don't have this card. I have this card in Tassiger, I have it in Avacyn, and in Tassiger I also have Alchemist Refuge. So it's kind of like running 3, like, because it's a Vidalcan Ori like type effect. And then I only run it in there, and I don't run it in my other decks. I don't feel like my other decks kind of like need that flash aspect. I feel like these other decks really thrive on it. And Travis is like, you're running all your EDH decks. And so Paul has like a Mirara's Wake on board, and Travis is like, get rid of the Ori, like, and Paul had some other artifact or enchantment, and he's like, get rid of the Vidalcan Ori, and I just thought it was so funny. Like, he had a removal spell for it, and he just really hates that card. And he's like, you're known for this card. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, I do really like this card. Okay, another card that I'm really known for is Staff of Nin. I had this card when I was playing my Avacyn deck, and I popped it out on like turn, I want to say like 5 or something like that, because I had like a mana acceleration, and no one removed it, and the amount of cards, like, just in like 5 turns, drawing 5 extra cards, and then you're drawing a card for your turn, so you see 10 cards is just so important. Like, I was surprised that that card stayed around for a while as much as it did. Like, I think a lot of people see this card and, like, you look at it and you're like, wow, that card doesn't seem to be like that good. But like, also the aspect of pinging something is really important. You can kill a lot of stuff, or like, you're in some instances where someone's at a really low life total and you could just ping them literally to death. And especially too with you drawing extra cards, you're getting cards to kill your opponents. It's just like so important. Like, this is a card I run in like most of my decks, and I really love it. It's one of my favorite ways to draw cards. It's also colorless, so you can literally run it in everything, which is amazing. Yeah, love this card. Okay, so I'm gonna say as a general note, Perilous Vault / any other really type of removal, I am always known for board wipes. I'm always kind of in that position where I'm like, yeah guys, do you like the board? Yeah, I don't, we're gonna board wipe. And I feel like it's just something that I'm always running removal, and I'm always running board wipes, and I'm always kind of like doing it where it's like, okay, yeah, it sucks, I'm gonna blow up some of my cards, and that is not great, but like, honestly, me getting rid of like, my opponent's cards is way better than, like, you know, if I'm getting rid of, like, a 2/2 of mine, or, like, something like that. Or my commander, which I could just recast. I run Perilous Vault in probably, I think, just all of my decks, and it's, like, it is a lot of mana, and I understand that, but it's colorless, and I feel like, in a sense, I feel like this could just be Ugin, but, like, Ugin doesn't get rid of it pretty much does, but it's you know, you'd have to uptick him a lot or have like a doubling season on board to get Ugin to like downtick for, you know, for his minus to be like whatever. Ugin is like on like my wish list of cards I want to get for decks. It's just like, it's always been like $25 and I've just been like, I haven't like been like, oh my god, I really need another board wipe because I just read so many. But Ugin's definitely on my list of cards to get. But anyways, Perilous Vault. Yeah, I just really love that card. Okay, I mean Oblivion Ring. Duh. Okay, this is a card that I actually collect. I have an insane amount in my binder, which I showed in, I think, my Magic storage and collection video. And I just have a lot of Oblivion Rings. I really love Oblivion Ring. Yeah, it's kind of like when like I started playing Magic, like that was the card that I was like, it answers like everything pretty much. I've like white has been one of my favorite Magic colors. White and black, I have to say, are like probably my two. I don't know. And green. I really love green EDH. It's really tough. But anyways, I always felt a really strong connection just because I started out with Angels, and Angels were predominantly white at the time. So I've always just felt like, okay, that was my answer to like dealing with things. So yeah, that card. Alright, obviously Elspeth, Sun's Champion. I mean, duh, like, people know me for this card. I run this card in Modern, I run this card in EDH. Like, I have to say, and I don't know if this is gonna fully make sense, but I try not to repeat cards in decks, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of times, like, Planeswalkers, I try not to run, like, the same Planeswalker in multiple decks if I can. Like, I can't really think of a good example right now, but I guess Elspeth would be an example. Like, if I run it in one deck, I try not to run it because it's like more of a unique card. I'm not talking about basic cards like Soul Ring, like duh, I run Soul Ring in every deck, like it's not a question kind of thing. But anyways, Elspeth has just like been like my Planeswalker, like the Planeswalker that I feel like every time I slam down, I feel really good about it. Like it just, she's such a powerhouse. She just is the best Planeswalker for protecting herself. I've talked about Elspeth, I feel like, recently in so many videos, but she really is just one of the cards I most identify with, and I freaking love her. So, Elspeth, Sun's Champion. I mentioned earlier Kessig Cagebreakers. I discovered this card a while back, and I was like, I freaking need that card in Tasigur. And it has proved to just be like one of the win conditions in the deck, and just so good. Like, someone's like, I kill your Kessig Cagebreakers, and you're like, cool, I don't care. You have all of these wolf tokens. In any sort of graveyard recursion deck, this card is just really a house. I freaking love this card. I feel like a lot of people in Tasigur don't run it. Like, I run the more creature-heavy deck, I will say, in Tasigur, but what I will say is, maybe I'll do an updated, let me know if you guys want to see an updated Tasigur deck tech, because I feel like I've gotten a lot of cards for that deck recently, some of which you will see in my monthly, Magic haul towards like the end of the month, where I show you guys all like the new cards that I got in July. And I just feel really that like Kessig has just always kind of like pulled through for me. So if you're running a really heavy creature themed decks, I'm not just saying Tasigur, like Gitrog Monster or like Muldrotha or whatever, like I just think, you know, this card is just amazing. Alright, I was looking through cards that I ran in multiple decks. And one card that I feel like I run all the time is Courser of Kruphix. Okay, I think Courser of Kruphix and like Eternal Witness are the two cards that I just own like the most of. Like, other than like Soul Ring. I don't really count Soul Ring in like lists like that, you know what I mean? Because like duh, everyone has like 10 Soul Rings, or like should, you know? But like, I feel like Courser is just the card that I feel like is so underpowered, I think, in EDH, but I really feel like this card is so good. Okay, I run Oracle of Moldiah in most of the decks. I think I have like 2 Oracle of Moldiahs. I'm pretty sure I have 2. And I have one in Omnath and I have one in Tasigur, I'm pretty sure. And I feel like Courser I run with it. So like, obviously, I mean, you could say Oracle's like better, but like Courser gains you life, which can be really important. And you just see the top card of your library, which is really good in like Tasigur, because I feel like I can just like, you know, okay, do I want to mill this card? Do I want this card in my graveyard, or do I want that card on top? Do I want to draw it? Like, it just kind of totally depends. So I think that's really important. Yeah, I've just always really liked Courser. She's also a 2/4, which I think just that 4 toughness just makes her pretty hard to deal with in removal, which is awesome. Another card I run all the time is Treasure Cruise. I love this card. I've kind of gotten like, it's kind of funny, like I see Paul like leaning towards cards that I run a lot, and he's like, wow, that card's really good, and I'm like, yeah, I know it's really good. And it's funny, like, how, like, I tell Paul how to play Magic, and like he adopts, I feel like, a lot of things that like I do, which is like really interesting to like watch. And Treasure Cruise is like one of those cards. Like I just have always really loved this card. It's like 1 mana, draw 3 cards. Like there are been times where I have hard casted it, but like this card is so good if you just have a lot of cards in your graveyard. I freaking love this card. Okay, the next is actually similar to Treasure Cruise, which is why I kind of put them together, is Dig Through Time. This card just always is good. Like, you're always gonna get, like, 2 really good things. Like, the chance of you not hitting anything with this card are, like, pretty slim, I would say. I've always just felt like Dig Through Time comes in just at really good moments. I have this card in, I want to say just Tassiger right now. I actually think I'm going to take it out of Ladies, and the reason why is because I don't have that much stuff in my graveyard where I kind of want to like delve away. It doesn't have like that much recursion, but it does have some, and you know. But yeah, I've always loved Dig Through Time. Card's sweet. Okay, I mean, guys, yes, Dem Protector. Okay, like, this card I am so well known for. Like, I will put a morph down and everyone's like, that's a Den Protector. And funny story, actually, I've recently put another morph in Tassiger to throw people off so that they don't know. And I haven't told anyone like that I've done that, which I guess I'm kind of spoiling it now, because if my friends watch my video, they're gonna know that. But like, seriously, if I put a morph down, it is like, before it has been, it's Den Protector. So I will literally say I'm morphing a Den Protector, because like people just know that I run that card because it's amazing. Like, it's so good. Like, I love it because you can let it chill, and then so it's kind of like, I guess in a sense, a lot of mana, but what I really like about it is like, if you have like Flash and Tassiger, which there are a couple ways of doing, like you can morph it on someone's turn, and then you can, like, when you have nothing else to do with your mana, you can unmorph it and you get something back. Like, it's just really good. I just really love this card. I've always loved this card. Okay, and then the last card, it's actually like a combo of cards, and that is the Splinter Twin combo. I feel as though if these cards were legal in Modern, I would be playing this deck right now. There's like no questions about that. Especially with Chase the Mind Sculptor. Yo, that seems broken. They'll never do that. But I run this card in Ladies. That is my win condition, though I can win by other means. And I just feel like this card is just so good. Like, these cards are so good. Like, I love that. I just feel very satisfied when I do it. What I will say about my Infinite combo, though, is I only do it if I'm desperate. I only do it if I'm, like, gonna die, or if I happen to draw it, I'm like, cool. But, like, a lot of times I won't avidly tutor for it or seek it out or anything like that. But yeah, huge fan. If I do build that Keranos deck that I was telling you guys about, I'll probably throw it in there, because why not? Yeah. So, yeah, guys, that is it. That is it for my Signature Spellbook. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'd really love to know what cards are, like, in your Signature Spellbook that people just know you for, and when they see the card, they're like, that's a Tracy card, or that's a whatever card. So, yeah, I will see you guys on Thursday with my next video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!